Hello and welcome back. Welcome the year 2025. So I haven't really been very active over the last month because, well, it's holiday. I do get holidays sometimes, but for sure, 2025 will be another big year, and I promise more recipes, more tips and techniques on this channel. So if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, click that subscribe button. For those that are regular to this channel, you have seen me make the top 5 coffee drinks in Thailand and also the top 5 non-coffee drinks in Thailand. This time we're going to the world and we are going to talk about the top 5 bubble tea drinks that you must have if you have a bubble tea shop. For those at home, these are the 5 top drinks that you must try. But if you have a bubble tea shop, these 5 drinks are must-have in your menu. So what are these 5 drinks? Classic bubble tea, which is the Taiwanese bubble tea, and then you have the taro milk tea. That is very popular. Everyone loves taro milk tea. And then you must have Thai milk tea. The second most popular bubble tea or milk tea drink in the world is actually Thai milk tea. For me, it's number 1, but of course, I am in Thailand. And then the fourth one is the brown sugar bubble tea. And finally, getting more popular every day is the matcha green tea. Okay, let's start with the first one, which is the classic bubble tea. Classic bubble tea, you need your tea, and that is normally black tea. Black, Assam, Ceylon, Earl Grey, whatever you fancy, but the stronger, the better. For this, I use a French press to brew my tea, and I use a proportion of 30 grams of my tea leaves into 1 liter of hot water, and then I use the French press to steep it for at least 15 minutes. So it has to be long and strong, okay, long time, and you get the strong brewed tea. And then for the sweetener, I'm going to use my sugar syrup. You can also use granulated sugar, but it's a lot easier if you use sugar syrup. And for the milk, because this is a classic bubble tea, we use creamer, okay? So these are non-dairy creamer. So for those that are lactose intolerant, you can have this bubble tea. And of course, because this is bubble tea, we need the tapioca pearls. So these are black pearls. Let's go ahead and make this drink. For all the recipes that I'm going to show you today, we are going to use 22 ounces cups. The bigger the better for bubble tea drinks. So let's start with the first one, classic bubble tea, sugar and milk. 200 ml of my brewed tea. It should be hot so that your creamer will melt. For the creamer, I would suggest that you use about 3 to 4 tablespoons. I only need about 3. 1, 2, 3. And then what you need to do here is to stir, at least very briefly, just to make sure it will be dissolved when you shake. And then after that, I'm going to add my sugar syrup. I need about 30 to 60, but because this is going to be less sweet, I'm going to have this. I'm going to use only 30. So you can adjust the sweetness level according to your customer's preferences. So add the sugar syrup there. And this is homemade sugar syrup. I prefer that than it is for sure. I know exactly what's in there. Now we are going to add the ice. For the ice, I'm going to use 22 ounces cup here. And this is enough to measure for the ice that I need for my drink. But do not put everything in your shaker. All you need is a little bit of ice there because this is what we're going to do to shake the drink, okay? Give it a good shake. If you have an automatic shaker, that's better. But yeah, shake it. And when it's cold and hardly anything shaking in there, like the ice is fully melted, you are done, okay? Now to assemble into our glass here, I am going to start, of course, with my boba. So I'm going to be generous for this one, 2 scoops, but you really have to measure how much bubble tea or boba you have to put in your bubble tea. I'm going to add a little bit of ice, and then now to pour my shaken milk tea here. Okay, and that is just the perfect color. Now you don't want to stir this with half full, so I'm going to add more ice here. And this is your classic bubble tea. 1 drink down, second top 5 bubble tea drink. Not necessarily in this order, but I would say taro bubble tea is one of the favorites. So for taro, I would suggest that you use green tea. The reason being you'd like the color of the taro, which is purple, to come out. So here is my taro flavor. And normally these come in mixes, meaning it has sugar and creamer added to this. But just because I'm not sure exactly how much creamer and sugar is added here, I'm going to also mix creamer, same that you use for your classic bubble tea, and also sugar syrup, and of course the tapioca pearl. So let's go ahead and assemble the drink. So I'm going to assemble it into my shaker here. I'm going to use 200 milliliters of my brewed green tea. The proportion to brewed green tea is indicated in my book, but also you check out the description box below for how to brew green tea. And into this, I am going to add my taro mix. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons. Now, the proportion of the taro that you use will depend on the brand that you are using. For this one, I am going to use 3, but if you're using a different brand, you might have to make adjustments. And then I'm going to add my milk. I'm going to add only 2. If you're using classic, you add 3 to 4, but because there's already creamer in the taro mix, I'm going to reduce my creamer here. And then for the sugar syrup, I am going to also make it less sweet, so I'm going to add 30 ml of my sugar syrup, homemade sugar syrup, and add it into the mix here. My tea is hot, so it's perfectly fine, and everything will be dissolved in this hot tea. And then just add a little bit of ice to shake, not a lot. Shake. So we are going to start with the tapioca pearls at the bottom. So be generous, 2 scoops of tapioca pearls. And into this, I'm going to add some more ice. Beautiful taro mix here. Now that looks absolutely tempting, and because you cannot serve it half full, you can add a little bit more ice. Fill it up with more ice. Taro bubble tea. 2 drinks down, let's go on to our third drink. Third drink is going to be brown sugar bubble tea, another one clear favorite. So some shops actually offer only this as their bestseller. So let's go ahead and make it. It's simple as same recipe as what we use for our classic bubble tea, but we are going to replace the sugar syrup with brown sugar syrup. So we're going to use hot black tea. We need creamer and also brown sugar sauce. Now, you can also make this homemade. Check out my video clip above for details on how to make your homemade brown sugar syrup. Now, because this is a brown sugar bubble tea, we normally top it up with cream cheese foam. But for this, I'm going to make it budget friendly, and we are not going to use cream cheese foam. We're going to use simply milk foam that we will brulee our brown sugar later. I'm going to need 200 ml of my hot tea. So the same way, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons, 1, 2, and has to be full tablespoons here, 3. I love the color of this one. The stronger your tea, the better the taste of your bubble tea. So make sure you use the exact same proportion of tea, and also depends on how strong your tea is. Not too much. So just a couple of cubes there, and then we're going to shake. Before we assemble the drink, I'm going to make my milk foam. So cold jug, cold milk, use a milk frother to foam your milk. And as you can see, if you use a good electric milk frother, you will get that very smooth, creamy milk in just a few seconds. There you go. And now we are ready to assemble the drink. In here, 1, 2, and then I'm going to add ice into the cup. Then here, I'm going to decorate the wall of my cup with brown sugar sauce. So just turn it around, pour it, and as you pour, you turn the cup around so that they cascade down. And there you go. It looks tempting already. And all I need to do now is to get my very creamy foam here. Oh, that is so good. Look at that foam. Amazing. Sprinkle brown sugar on top. And we have brown sugar bubble tea. Now on to our fourth drink. It is going to be my favorite. Well, all of these are good, but Thai milk tea has always been number one for me. If I need a treat, it has to be Thai milk tea. And the ingredients are, you need very strong Thai tea. I'm using my own blend here. With Thai tea, you don't need to use creamer or non-dairy creamer. You're using condensed milk. You're using evaporated milk. I'm going to use hot water to brew my tea. And boba, nope. We don't like boba with our Thai milk tea, but this is entirely optional. Okay, so I'm not going to add boba in this. So what I'm going to use is, I need a tea stalk strainer. Where is it? Right here. What I need for my 22 ounces would be about 1 cup of hot water. And into this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons into my tea stalk strainer straight here. So 1, 2. If you'd like to know how to use the pour over method, you can check out the video link above. But for now, I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to steep my tea in the hot water. How long should you steep your tea here? I would suggest about 15 minutes. So if you're making a large batch, then you can use 1 liter or 2 liters and just steep your tea in there whilst you do other things. And you can use that tea for at least 2 to 3 days. After 1 day, keep it refrigerated. 15 minutes is up. I am now going to squeeze everything in here and just make sure I get all the juice into my drink. 40 ml of my condensed milk. For those that know how to make my milk syrup, you can mix your sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk in advance. And then 20 ml of evaporated milk. You can stir it and then pour it into your tea. Wow, look at that color. If you'd like to cut costs, then you can add a little bit of the sugar syrup. I would say about 15 ml. This is just to cut the cost of your sweetened condensed milk. So instead of that, add sugar syrup, and we'll make it sweeter and not too milky. And make sure the stirring is important here as well. The longer you stir, the better the aroma that comes out. And so now we are ready to assemble into our 22-ounce cup. Now, here, I did say that in Thailand we don't serve Thai milk tea with tapioca pearls, but there are still a lot of people. So should I? Should I?
Yes.
Okay, I should. There you go. 1, 2. Another thing we have to remember is the more ice, the better. Beautiful Thai milk tea. And that is already looking tempting. Wow. 4th drink, Thai milk tea. 4 drinks down onto our final drink, which is matcha green tea latte. So this is more the bubble tea version of matcha green tea. And for this, I'm going to use not 100% pure matcha. I am going to use a mix. So this one will already have creamer in it, and also no sugar though, so it's only matcha and creamer. So this is going to be creamy and not your pure ceremonial grade. I'm going to use hot water to mix the matcha. I need fresh milk to sweeten the drink. I'm going to use sugar syrup. So I'm going to mix everything in here, and all I need would be 2 ounces or 60 ml of hot water, 4 tablespoons of my matcha mix, 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons there. And to dissolve this, I'm going to use hot water, 60 ml, fresh, bright, okay, and creamy. Now to sweeten this drink, I am going to add sugar syrup. So this is again depending on the preferences of individuals. So I'm going to add 30 ml of sugar syrup. This can be adjusted according to your preferences. There you go. And then stir it again. If you'd like to use a matcha whisk, that's better. That's for sure. Your matcha is going to be completely blended and dissolved. But now, because this is matcha and not everything would be fully dissolved, I suggest that you use a handheld milk frother. So this is quite easy, perfect for matcha. It's not as strong as the electric wired milk frother, but this works for matcha. So there you go. I'm going to froth this and make sure everything is fully dissolved. It is looking really good. 2 scoops of tapioca pearls. So this time I am not using a shaker. Add ice using your portion scoop. Pour the milk first. And finally, our matcha mix over. So what you get here would be cascading like a tiger matcha. There you go. Matcha bubble tea. Classic bubble tea, taro milk tea, brown sugar bubble tea, Thai milk tea, and also matcha green tea bubble tea. Okay, so I don't think I can taste all of it, so I need the assistance of my videographer. Yeah, this is my cameraman. He's now my special guest. This is
New Year, guys.
Jay. Jay, welcome back.
Thank you.
How long have you been away?
I know.
It's been a month. Okay, there you go, 5. Okay?
Ready. So this is the normal milk tea.
Yes, and do tell our viewers as well if it's too sweet so they can adjust it. Okay, so the recipes here are guides, not exactly how they should be, because it really depends on the ingredients that they are using. Okay, right. Let's do it. Right, how's it? Too sweet?
Perfectly sweet.
Okay, delicious? Yep,
Very
okay. Easy on that. There's another one here. Can you taste the tea? Okay, perfect.
I'm only saying Exactly.
Wow. I am a pure ceremonial grade matcha drinker, but I think you're going to love this.
Good.
Definitely. But try that one first. Yeah.
This is the
That is
taro.
delicious. Yes, taro.
Taro milk tea.
We don't have all the time in the world here, so hurry up. Wow. Okay. Sweetness, perfect.
Yep. Amazing.
Amazing.
I'm not really much of a taro drinker, but this is really good. Approved.
Number 3 is the brown sugar bubble tea. So it's just a variation of the classic bubble tea, but using brown sugar to sweeten the drink. This not only looks good, but also should taste equally good.
Heavenly.
Heavenly. Yeah. Wow.
This is the Thai tea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Sweetness level is just right. Milk balance.
No, actually, like for the Thai tea, I'm not sure it's because I might have drank all these 3.
Yeah. You should have some water
So-
in between.
Yeah, so because like the Thai milk tea is not really that strong for me.
Yeah.
Whereas as a Thai tea drinker, the tea has to be a bit stronger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, this is because we only have about 15 minutes to soak the tea, and also we're using the traditional method. But if you steep it longer and use more tea, you get a stronger flavor of the tea. And especially if you're going to make this as your main drink, you might also wish to consider using this espresso machine. Because I thought, wow, that tastes good. It's something that is a definite treat.
Oh wow.
Wow, right?
Not what I
Amazing,
expected.
isn't it?
No.
So Jay here is a fan of 7-Eleven,
Thailand.
7-Eleven Thailand
Yes.
green tea, and I kept telling him, no, you should try Rituals green tea. But this is chow, and this is really delicious, I must say. How is it compared to 7-Eleven?
This is actually really good compared to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's not ceremonial grade, but it's really good.
Yeah, I think this
For
is
bubble
just.
milk tea, it's really good.
Yeah, I think this is something that people can have on a daily basis and that very price competitive. It doesn't have to be breaking the bank price of green tea, but
Absolutely.
equally good.
Yes.
If you have any questions about any of these recipes, do let us know in the comment below. We will publish the recipes in the description box, so make sure you check it out. 22 ounces cups of top 5 bubble tea drinks that everyone who offers bubble tea must have on their menu. That's all we'd like to share with you today. We'll see you again next time. Once again, happy 2025. Thank you for watching.
Ciao for now.